Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 29 of the Tranmere Rovers Road to Glory. It is an exciting episode today as we start season 8 of this great Road to Glory. It is wild to think we have made it to 8 seasons, and we have a good set of games ahead of us, as we are back in the Champions League this year. So we have a lot of big games coming ahead. Games like Bayern Munich, Barcelona. We got a hefty amount of games coming up for ourselves in the Champions League. Another Premier League push once again this year. Got a hot start. We got Arsenal coming up right off the rip. Our first home game in the new stadium will be against Arsenal, so hopefully we can get a good hot start against them. But to start it all off in today's great episode will be the Community Shield against no other Manchester United, who finished second to us in the FA Cup and second to us in the Premier League. So they will be fighting us for that once again. So we got a hefty amount of games ahead, a lot of Premier League games, a Champions League game to get us started off also. But before we get to any of that, we need to talk about our signings and our departures. So before we talk about our signings, let's get the departures out of the way that kind of made room for the signings. So on the departure side, the first person to leave us is going to be Verbruggen. He is leaving as our goalkeeper. He is going to Leverkusen. Very sad to see him go away, but we found another goalkeeper that we played against this past season that has a few play styles that might be a little more beneficial than just being able to boot the ball a really far distance. So we let Verbruggen go. We sold him for I think like 70 some mil. So good sell. Well, we thought it was a good sell, but apparently we could have done a deal for like 100 and some mil for him, but I don't know if it would have gone through, but I will take the 75. And then Wyatt, our CDM backup, left. I accidentally put a $10,000 release clause on him. My fault. I thought I was working on the wage at that point, and I wasn't. And then he was like, well, I would like to stay. Can we renegotiate this? And I'm like, sure. And then I tried renegotiating, and I even gave him a a wage boost, and he didn't like that. Still didn't even like what I gave in front of him for that, so I was like, well, fine, leave. Then leave. It was destined for you to leave. So he leaves. Not a big loss. It'll be fine. And then Ensamino did leave us. One of our center backs from the last 2 years. I was looking to try to replace him last year. Didn't work out. We're able to replace him this year. Sent him to Manchester United and was able to get him out. Just wasn't really growing as a player and was playing a lot of games and not growing. So it was like, well, we're gonna bring someone else in that can grow. So he is out. And then we did sell Austin, our goalkeeper that was our backup the last 2 years. We did sell him. We have the money now to bring someone else in that could be a little more of use. So a little more helpful in the backup position. So we let him go at the age of like 34 at this point. So off he goes. So with those 4 departures, we did have 4 signings. Our first one was Özkan from center back. We bought him in from Aston Villa, and he will take over Asamino's place in the center back position next to Reese. So really excited for that. Our new goalkeeper, Jacob Campbell, goalkeeper from Chelsea, a United States player. So we have 2 United States players on our team. He's got the diving play style, so hopefully that shows up a little bit more and gives us a few more saves that could be a little more crucial for us. So hopefully he's able to do that for us. And then someone to be as his backup, Kovalenko, goalkeeper, going to be the backup for Campbell. 80 overall and has some play styles also, and so really excited to bring those 2 guys in to be our backup. And then I did want, since Wyatt leaves, I did want a good backup for us in case if something does go awry, that we have a good defender to come on for that CDM role. So Amrani is coming from Crystal Palace. He came in last second on deadline day to be of help for us. So you should see Campbell and Ozgen, you will see right away, but Amrani will come in at the end of the transfer window. So you'll see him in the last couple of games showing up, but those first couple you won't see him at all. So same with Anselmino. He will still be at the club, but he won't have left yet for most of the transfer window. But yeah, sad to see some guys go, but at the same time, it's like we need to make these changes for the Champions League. So we want to be competitive in that this year in the knockout stage and try to get a Premier League, Champions League title possibly in this final season. So without further ado, let's head on over to our first game against Man United in the Community Shield. And who other than Cunha getting Manchester United started against us? This man just can't stop scoring against us. It's always Cunha. Maybe we should sign him. Maybe we should be signing him. Maybe that's our problem. There we go. Pasquale will tie it up 1-1. Our star striker. Almost 90 rated. He could be our first 90 rated player. And he is off to the races. Gets the year started with the goal. 1-1. And Will Lancashire will get us a 2-1 lead. Both strikers have a goal. It's a good turnaround after a little slow start against this Man United side, but a good bounce back. Good bounce back start. What is it with bounces against Manchester United? We just cannot catch a break when it comes to weird gameplay in our own box. Look at this. I'm trying to pass it, but trying to clear it, and my player's like, nah, I gotta put it on my chest first. And then we have no chance of getting it out. And it's like, what is it with the gameplay against Manchester United lately? Gonna start us off. There we go. There's the clap. Campbell in his first penalty shootout for us. And Mumbo is going to go up top right. Never had a chance, Lemons. Never had a chance. Oh, and they're just going to the right. Bottom left from Collier. And I keep thinking they're going to go left, and they just go right every time. Just need one save. One save from the lads. And they're going to go right down the middle. This is where I don't like where it's going. Perform from Du Young right there. And they miss. And that will be 2 back-to-back penalty shootouts against Manchester United that we end up winning. Campbell didn't even get a hand on that, but he would have if it was a little bit more on net. And that will be a 2-2 win against Man United in pens Fofana, not really our captain. Earthy usually is, but you know, Fofana will lift it, as he did have to come on late in the game to hold on for the win. He did end up scoring in the penalty shootout, but there we go. There's a trophy. First one of the year. Nice little way to start the season again. I think that's our second Community Shield. I think we won our first one also, so against Chelsea. So a good little start to the season. Now it's time to get the Premier League season off and running. And Pasquale will get his Premier League campaign in Season 8 going with a goal. 1 for 1. Took a little bit to get a goal here in the first minutes here, but he gets one. It's 1-0. We love to see it. Nope. And they're going to score off of a horrible mistake that I made. I don't know why I tried passing it there, but it is going to cost us. And Nottingham Forest is going to make it 1-1 over a stupid mistake by me for no reason. Like I don't know what it is against Man United, but every Man United game is just crazy. Pasquale with a great steal off of the kickoff. And we'll get his second one of the day. He took advantage of getting that great block. No. Whistle. There we go. All right. Well, it was close, but we will start the year with a 2-1 win against Forest. Another side that's just kind of always been a little difficult at times, and it was difficult today. 2-1 win against Forest to get the season off starting very nicely. 2 goals by Pasquale. On to our first game against Arsenal on the season. And it's in the Premier League. Let's see how we fare against them this time around. Come on, there we go. Poku's in. And Earthy will score and make it 1-0 against Arsenal in the 21st minute. Gets his first of the year. Then I have maybe the season's, because I don't really use tournament ones anyways. Pasquale will get us a second against Arsenal. He will make it 2-1. I mean 2-0. Ugh, thought there. I'm so used to being scored on. 2-0 against Arsenal. Gets his third on the year. And Arsenal are going to score and make it 2-1. Ferran Torres gets a goal. He's at Arsenal now. That's an interesting pickup there. That is wild. Whoa. What in all of the passes was that to Ferran Torres? What a pass. I don't know what happened there. I thought one of our guys was going to grab that, but what a chip. Wow. That's just a play. You're not defending that. And that will end in a 2-2 draw after having a 2-0 lead at one point. Will be a 2-2 draw against Arsenal. So not really any loss there. We'll take a draw against Arsenal. We at least get points against a top flight team. But Ferran Torres with the two goals is very helpful for them. So hey, we've gotten off to worse starts. We started last season 2-2-2 and won the league, so we're still okay. But I'll take the two. We'll take the 2-2 draw here against Arsenal, and head to West Ham and see if we can maybe get a win against them. Oh, not a breakaway, guys. 8 minutes in and they get a breakaway goal. Not ideal. And Hoyland's gonna make it 2-0. Don't know what's going on, but we decided we're not gonna defend this game today. This is one of our worst starts ever against West Ham. Oh God. 3-0. That is a hat trick for Hoyland. In 56 minutes against us. This is not what we were expecting today. That is for sure. Alright, well. 3-0. That is not what we wanted against West Ham, but that is unfortunately how it goes for our first month in the league. A win, a draw, and a loss.
Eventually.
Alright, 0-0 draw against Crystal Palace. Nothing happened. Let's go on to our game in the Champions League. And Beskus is going to get it started 1-0 here in the 17th minute. I had some good chances and just could not get it finished. Could not get the passes in that second half to get a lead goal, but Beskus is going to start it off and we're going to have to fight back into this one again. And Lancashire will make it 1-1 here late in the first half. Got a good playthrough with both Pasquale and Lancashire making their runs, and Earthy was able to get it to Lancashire. And Will Lancashire will get his second of the game after some goofy passing in front of their own box. Not some great decisions by the opponent, and Will Lancashire will get his second. And Du Young will score. Playing in the cam position. Du Young will go in and get a goal. And Joyce will make a run, and he will make it 4-1. Coming off the bench. Uh-oh, Will Lancashire possibly getting a hat trick. And Will Lancashire in the first game of the league, Champions League season, he will get a hat trick away. Du Young with the yellow. And that will be it. A 5-1 win away after a scary start to the game, not getting much going. Will Lancashire will get 3 goals for the game ball hat trick. A good start to the league phase once again. Got some good goals by not only just a starter, but two guys from off the bench got goals. So off to our game against Bournemouth in the league we go. And Poku will get us started. The pass gets all the way across the box, and Poku will start with a great dart into the corner. Poku is going to get it back. Pasquale with it, and he will make it 2-0 here early in the game. Pasquale 4 for 4. 4 games, 4 goals. And that will be a great passing, just a great passing clinic there from the team. And Pasquale will get his second of the day. And Fofana will make it 4-0 against Bournemouth here in the first half. And Du Young, can he get another? And he will make it 5-0 here against Bournemouth. 2 goals, back-to-back games. One in the Champions League, one in the Premier League. And Collier is going to have it here. He's going to pass it to Pasquale, though, so he gets his hat trick. 6-0. Hopefully this is a good motivational game changer for the league, for the team. A hat trick for Will Lancashire in the Champions League, and now a hat trick for Pasquale in the Premier League. And Freeman did not get a good header on that. I thought he was going to pass it a little bit harder to Campbell there. But Campbell will lose out on possibly his first clean sheet for the team. Campbell's going to kick it. Going to float up in the air. Going to get the Collier. And that will be a 6-1 win against Bournemouth away. A good way to end today's stream and episode with a win away. Pasquale with the 3 goals. Just what we needed to see from our star players those last 2 games after a dodgy 3 games there in the Premier League. Get a good bounce back. On to the recap we go. Alrighty, everybody. Here's our recap of today's very entertaining episode, might I say. Off to a hot start, just like the way we ended last season. We ended it off with a shootout against Manchester United, and we come out on top. Not the same way we did last time, getting some saves. It took until the final kick of the game, final kick for Man United to tie and go into extra penalties. They would miss it. It was going to miss left of the goal. I think it hit the post and missed. Campbell did have it completely blocked in that lower left corner, so he would have definitely saved it. So what a great finish to that game after getting a good start and then slowly giving away our lead at the end. So it's tough, unfortunate, but we held on. We got to the penalties and we won. So that's a good start. I think we started off with a good win against Forest. A tough draw against Arsenal once again after being 2-0 up and losing that and having to settle for a draw against them. And then it just didn't get better. It was like, all right, let's just get worse. 3-0 loss to West Ham. That killed me a little bit. I was like, are we really going to go down this rabbit hole like we did the last time we won the league? Just going to struggle against teams that we shouldn't? And then draw against Crystal Palace, a team in the Champions League as well, and draw against them. So, like, we're drawing against the big teams, which is okay, but we need to get some wins. Go to the Champions League. Great 5-1 win there after a shaky start. Good bounce back in that game. And then Bournemouth, we just said, nope, you're not going to get a win against us or any points. 6-1 win. 2 hat tricks. 2 hat tricks. One for Lancashire and one for Pasquale. Amazing to see from our top guys. Hopefully they can continue that against Brighton in the EFL Cup next episode. So, yeah, what an episode. A lot of good signings, a lot of good players. Super excited to see where we can go with this. And with that said, thank you everyone for this amazing episode and support. With that, please go hit a like if you like the video. Follow, subscribe. I always love doing this series, so excited to try to keep it going either in this or another game. We got a good stretch of stuff coming up for clips too. I got to get a little bit better on making the shorts and the clips for everything, but we'll start getting that together when things get a little busier and I can't stream. That'll be something I can do a little more, is get those clips all put together for everything. So yeah, thanks for all the support. Go follow the Twitch and the YouTube with what you prefer to watch the streams on and watch videos on. It's been fun being able to do both, stream on both, and have it all ready for both. So really excited to get through season 8. Hopefully we can get a trophy in the Champions League to finish it all off. If not, I think we did pretty well. So got a long season ahead of us. Without that, thanks everyone. Have a good rest of your day, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.